Hello, my friends. Happy Wednesday. It's not our usual day to go live, but I was thinking yesterday, or today was Tuesday all day. I was thinking yesterday was Monday all day. And so I figured let's just pretend it's Tuesday today and we'll go live. So it's Tuesday Throwdown on Wednesday. Welcome in. Let me just make sure this is working, and I'm going to actually test. I know my microphone wasn't really working yesterday, so I just want to make sure that is good today. So I'm going to turn up the volume just for 1 second so I can see. Just want to make sure. Yep, it is. Okay, perfect. So, hello. Welcome in, my friends. I am back from our trip to Alaska. That was amazing. It was a cruise of Alaska. We didn't really do a whole lot in terms of excursions and stuff this time around. I went back in 2018 and we did a couple of different things. Then we went whale watching. We did a salmon bake. We actually did the White Pass Railway with train ride, which we did again this time because Stampin' Up! Bought that for us for me and Nate and our guests, so that was fun to be able to do that together. Nate had gone to Alaska in when he was a kid, like 10 years old. So he hasn't been back since, and they went to northern Alaska. They actually went in a camper. So he went in a camper with his grandparents from Massachusetts. Actually, it might have been Connecticut. I think he was in Connecticut at the time. So from Connecticut and to Canada in a camper. So God bless him, but I could not have done that. But we're good. It's good to be back. It was a great trip. Super exciting to have earned Costa Rica while I was there, which was a fun bonus. So thank you to those of you that took part in the mystery BOGO bags over the week while I was gone. I will get those packaged up and shipped out shortly. Give me a little bit of time. It does take me a bit because I do try to make sure I get things that you're going to like. So that does take me a little bit of time. But if you didn't get in on that special, free shipping is starting tomorrow. So if there's anything you see in the online store, we had Last Chance products updated last week. I've got some new stuff to share with you today, and a new product of the month, which is adorable. I don't have it yet, but those all are live right now, and free shipping happens tomorrow through Saturday. So if there's anything you so-called need, right? So I hope you guys are doing well. Hello. Nice to see you all. Sorry I missed you last week. Last Tuesday we were actually at a sea day, so we were out to sea, and I did not have the internet service all week. So I finally got through all my email, and so if you haven't heard back from me and were expecting something, please just shoot me an email again. It might not have gone through while I was away. So let's go ahead and get started. I have some stuff to share with you. I actually got a box of goodies while I was away. And so I'll share that with you. I'm going to use the Violet Dreams suite, which is one of the online exclusives that just launched in May. So I haven't played with it yet. It just actually arrived. So this is the stamp set. It's called Frame Violets. It's got this really great scallop circle, some background stamps, a couple of sentiments, and some cute little violets. And then the dies are here. Excuse me. Oops, sorry. I just hit my microphone. Oval and scallop oval, and then some detail dies, as well as some framelit type dies to kind of die cut the actual stamp images from the stamp set. This paper is really cool. This is also part of the suite. So if you buy the suite collection, everything I'm showing you today will be part of the suite. This one is really fun. It's a stripe. It's called Shimmering Stripes 12 by 12. I don't know if the prettiness of this is going to go like transfer with the camera, but it's super. I wonder if maybe, let me turn my light on and see if that helps. Hold on, it's not plugged in. Let me do that. Hold on. You can actually see it a little bit now that I put it down. I can't even find. Oh my goodness, you guys. There we go. I got it. Hopefully that was the right one. There we go. So now maybe you can see kind of the shimmer to that. Super pretty, just embossed and glitzy, which I love. So that's that one. Now you can really see it. So that's part of this suite as well. I'm going to turn that off because it tends to do a shadow when it's light outside. So there's that. And then this is so it has the fresh freesia ribbon. And then we have these cute little, what do they call them? Adhesive backed blooms. Say that 3 times fast. Super cute. I love those. They got a little bling in the middle. See that? Little rhinestone in the middle. They've got a little bulk to them, but they're not super, super chunky. And then this is the paper for this collection. So I've already got it separated out because I shared this with my team yesterday. I unboxed my goodies. I got this and a Christmas suite. So I'll share some more goodies with you soon. But I haven't played with this. I did get a couple of swaps from the cruise with this one, so I'll share that with you too. So see, it's just kind of light and soft. You got an A side that's kind of bold and bright. And then the B side is kind of soft and more subtle. And then there is, I missed one. Hold on. One more. There's this one. Stripes and that. And then the 2 pieces of ephemera. So you get 2 of the same sheets of ephemera, which I love too. And I might use those because I haven't crafted in like 2 weeks, my friends. So I'm a little rusty. All right. So these are the colors we have. There's Darling Duckling in there, but I think it's just the flower center on one sheet, so you don't really see that much. Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Hydrangea Hue, Peaceful Pine, Secret Sea, and then I have Thick Basic White and Basic White. I think I'm going to actually use, well, I don't know. Let's decide which paper we're going to use first, and then I'll decide what I'm going to use for the color. Whoops. Okay. So I like, let's see what combos I like here. Let's see. You may have just heard my son or stepson outside. He just arrived to pick up his sunglasses. I kind of like this one a lot, and I kind of like this one a lot, and I like this. The pink is kind of pretty too. And I do like some of these. So let's see, what do I want to use? I might actually use, maybe I'll use this. I think. Let's use this. I'm going to use some of these ephemera packs because I gotta work up slowly to my creativity. Like I said, I haven't done anything in 2 weeks, so my brain's like, duh, what do I do? All right, so let's pop this out. I think I'm going to use the frame. I like the frame of this. And I'm thinking I'll use like a little violet kind of on the side and maybe a white panel underneath and stamp a sentiment in there. So, and actually, I can probably, look at what I can do. I can flip that over and use the inside of that to kind of frame that out. So now let's decide which pattern. Do I want to do that? These might be a little too bold. I might have to put it on like one of these softer ones, and then maybe we add some of the bold paper as an accent is what I'm thinking. So let me move this for 1 second. I'm going to actually, I think, do a thick basic white base. So I'm going to take that basic white. We'll cut it at 5.5. So it's 5.5 by 8.5. Then I'm going to turn this and score at 4.25. Okay. Then we'll use our bone folder to get a nice little crease on this. Here we go. All right, so now I can start building this. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this. Okay, definitely going to put something back here, but I'm going to start building first. I think I want to use the purple. Now the question is, do I want to stamp it or do I want to use the ephemera? Let's see. Here's the stamp set. So I like the size of this, I think, a little bit better than the size of these. They're a little too big, I think, for what I'm going for. So I think I'm going to stamp it. So let's grab a block. And we will stamp it on scrap paper first. So let me grab the block. Picking it up with the D block. That's what I'm using. All right, and then let me grab a piece of scrap paper. Oops. Instead of using a full sheet of the basic white, I'm just going to grab a partial piece that I have here. I'm going to use our new hybrid basic black ink. This is new in this new catalog. It is basically hybrid because you can use it for watercoloring and you can use it for like watercoloring and or alcohol markers. So typically you need to use alcohol markers with Memento Black, and then you would need to use watercoloring. If you're going to watercolor, you'd need to use like StazOn or something like that that's permanent. But this one, you can use it for both. So I'm just making sure I get it good and inked up. It is a felt-based ink pad, so I'm kind of walking it across the ink pad. You may want to put something under it, but I'm going to live on the edge here. I'm just going to stamp that. Perfect. And there you have it. So that's now ready. They do say you probably want to give it like 30 seconds or so before you start stamping with it. So I might die cut it first, actually, just to give it a little more time. That hybrid ink will stain your ink pads, just so you know. I'm going to kind of stamp it off a little bit here, which it's not really coming off. But you'll see the stamp itself is still kind of black. But it won't affect the way it stamps. All right, so now I need to find the dies. It's just nice because it's a one and done kind of ink pad. Like you don't have to have, 3 different ink pads for 3 different jobs. You can use the same ink pad for all the tasks you have. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this, or not attach this. I'm going to put this around the stamped image, and then I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine. I am using my electric one today just because it's here, it's ready, it's set up. And then I'm going to just go ahead and run that through. Hopefully you can still hear me, even though I'm down on the floor. This is why my husband got me the microphone, because it just makes the sound quality a little better. And there you have the die cut. I'll put this back. Hi, Colleen. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this together. All right, so we're going to put this here, and this is going to go here. We're going to have some sort of background paper. I just haven't decided. So now I kind of probably should decide what I want for background paper, because I want to decide what colors. I know I'm going to use Peaceful Pine because that's the green in the paper. So I want that to match. So we can go ahead and color our leaves. So I've got the Peaceful Pine blends. This is one of the new In Colors, which I love. If you join my In Color Club, all of that goodness arrived while I was away as well. So I will be packaging up the In Color Club kits for this month throughout the week this week. I actually go back to work tomorrow, which I'm not ready for. I have so much stuff to do that I'm like, But I work typically at the tile store Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So the next 3 days, I'm kind of out of commission for stamping stuff. But I will be packaging it up, the In Color stuff and the mystery BOGO bags, as quickly as I can. And I do have a new card class to go headed your way shortly. Just going to finish design on that too. So I'm going to color these. Oh, it feels good to color. It feels good to craft. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Do you guys miss crafting when you've been away for a while? Like, I get the urge. I'm like, oh, I need to get in my craft room. So this feels fabulous. I was kind of cleaning up the house yesterday, unpacking, doing loads and loads and loads and loads of laundry. 11 days away is a long time for laundry for 2 people. All right, so I'm going to just do this side now. I like to kind of go around the outside first and then color. You do want to be careful, although it's not really doing it right now, which is good. But sometimes when you go right up to the edge, it will kind of leak out the side of the stamped image, but it's not doing that today, so that's good. All right, so that was the light blends. I'm going to go in and just add a little bit of depth by adding some dark tones. So I like to go over like the vein part and then add color wherever it might have been darker. So think of where it would be darker if the sun was shining on it, right? So I'm going to do that. This would probably be darker because it's a cluster of stems. So I'm just going to kind of pull that up to there, and then we'll do this. And you can do this either way. I've seen great success with some people who do the dark parts first and then color over with the light. It might actually remove a step because I tend to do the light first and then go back, or add the dark and then go back with the light to kind of blend it all together. So however works best for you. Okay. These two are pretty close in tone, so I'm going to just leave like that. Okay. All right, so now we need to figure out. It was a great trip, Kate. Good to see you again. Thanks for following along. All right, so now we have this. Now I do need to figure out what pattern or patterns I want under here. So I do like kind of the pink and the navy. That's always just a really classic color. But then I'm kind of not using any of this pretty paper. But let's see. Maybe what we do. Oh, I like this one too. But that might be a little bit much. I think that's going to be too busy. I like the contrast of that. Maybe we'll do like a small strip of some of these other color, this other pattern. Because I think everything else is going to be too busy. So let's stick with this one. So I'm going to cut a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece for this. And I'm wondering if I want to use any extra leaves or flowers or anything, but let's see. Let's cut this. So I'm going to do a basic mat, so it's 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. Like that. And then this is going to go layered here. Like that. And then we're going to have this kind of centered. And this. So I'm thinking we probably want to use like fresh freesia, or we could use Highland Heather. Let's use Highland Heather for the flowers. It's not really in either of those papers, but it's in the pattern paper itself. And I mean, violets are typically purple, right? So let's just stick with realistic stuff. And here, let's do this. Let's go ahead and do dark first. And we'll do the opposite this time. Like I said, sometimes I do dark first and then add the light later. But it might actually just remove a step, right? So I'm going to just add a little bit of dark here. So we're just adding that in. Okay. And then, oh, it sounds like Nate is home. Yeah, unfortunately, his truck is dead, so he's been taking my car. Or he took my car today, and last night he had a meeting. All right, so there's the dark parts. Now I'm going to go in with the light and just kind of, I'm going to go over where I already did dark because I want it to stay darker than everything else. But then I'll just add in the light here too. So it's just layering on color, right? For a more realistic look. It's a little trickier because I have to make sure I stay within the lines because I'm not fussy cut. I mean, I'm not cutting it out now, so anything that's showing will stay showing. Okay. I feel like I'm going to want to go back in and add a little more darkness again, so I don't really think it saved me a step. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now, let's just add a little bit more darkness here around these flowers. Like this. Okay. Add a little bit there. I'm going to go back in and add this. Okay. That looks good. I'm actually going to use a little dot of the Darling Duckling, the dark Darling Duckling. We'll use that to do the centers, which I probably should have done that first. You can't really see them all that much. I'm adding that in here to add a little bit of color in the center. And then we're going to do, so that's going to go here. Okay. Now we need to do a sentiment. And I'm thinking I'm going to use the back side of this inner oval to do my sentiment. And so what fits in there? Happy birthday. That works. All right, so let's do a happy birthday card. You can always use one of those. And maybe a little bit of texture too. So I'm going to use this as well. Okay. I kind of cheated. I would have loved to use the scallop dies today too. Like I said, I'm just trying to go simple. So I used the pre-done one. So let's grab this and another block for my sentiment. So we got happy birthday. And then we've got this. What color do I want to do the background part? I think I'll do the sentiment in the Secret Sea. Maybe I'll use that bubble bath, the light pink, to do this little background part. Okay. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to stamp off just to see. Yeah, I want it really, really light because we're going to stamp over it. So, whoops, that's not what I want. I want this. And I'm just going to add a little bit of texture here. Like that. Okay. You probably can't even see it, but I promise it's there. So here, let me show you. There's that. Okay. And then we're going to take the happy birthday to you. So this is going to go here. This is going to go there. That's going to go in the middle. So we're going to want to keep our sentiment kind of this top area up here. So I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to leave it kind of off to the right and top. Hopefully I did that straight. Okay. And then we'll do this. Okay, this is going to go here. This is going to go in the middle. I'm going to wait to attach it until I've got everything settled down. But let's figure out the rest of this. So I'm thinking I might put this down flat and maybe pop this up. Or maybe I'll do vice versa. Maybe I'll put that down. I feel like I could have done a little darker on the bottom because you can't even really see it and it's a lot of white space. I'm going to do this again. Full strength down here. There we go. And we'll add a little up here too. There we go. It was just a little too stark. All right. So we got that. We got that. I was thinking somehow to throw in the ribbon that we have. And I was thinking maybe we tie it around the panel. So, thank you. I do love to color. I don't color as much as I would like because, I mean, this was easy enough. But like coloring books now, my glasses are just not the best. I start to get blurry-eyed very quickly, unfortunately. All right, so I think I'm going to attach, well, let's just see how this works first. I'm thinking I want to sort of do a little bit of ribbon over here. I'm going to tie like a little knot maybe, or maybe I'll do, I have enough to do a bow, I think. Let's try a little bow. go. I don't know if I like the bow. We'll see. Like that. And then we can kind of tuck the violet in. I want that down a little bit further. Like that. Okay, that's cute, right? We like that. And then I can pop that up, except now this is too high. It's covering my greeting. And I don't think I can get this to go down any further. So, I might have to manipulate. I just bent it. I might just manipulate it so it doesn't cover it, because I kind of like that. I think that's cute. And I'll trim this down once I get it secured. So, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of liquid glue to get this where I want it. Actually, I should probably stick to the middle because I just want it stuck to the frame. Oh, and actually I do need a little bit on here because I want it to stick in a certain spot. Alright, so let's tuck this down here as far as I can get it to go. We're going to kind of push it down. And then like that. Move it like this and like that. All right. There we go. I hold that in place for a minute. Okay. Now this is kind of stuck together, so I'm just going to leave it like that, and we're going to pop the whole panel up. But first I need to attach this to the front. Where's my adhesive? Here it is. All right. So we're going to do this. Make sure I have the card open the right way. And we'll do this. I'm hoping the window noise isn't as bad with me having the microphone, but if it is, let me know, because it is very loud out there. We live on a busy street, unfortunately. All right. I'm going to just sort of cut these. Oh, I'm off camera, but I'm just slicing up my dimensionals. And then we're going to add these here. I'm going to actually add it right on the circle so it holds those together. Two. Like that. And like that. Okay. Attach this to the middle. Okay. I don't want it to hang off the paper too much. There we go. All right, I'm going to use my ribbon scissors. I really wish Stampin' Up! Still had these because these are the best, but I'm just going to use those. Apparently they got sticky on them to trim this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Now we need some bling, of course. So I'm going to actually use a little Wink of Stella for the flowers. So this is just going to add a little glitz. Oh, I didn't use any of the striped pattern paper. That would have been good. That's all right. So we'll just add Wink of Stella to the flowers instead. Okay, and then let's use some of these as well because they're so cute. So let's see. How do I want to do this? Do I want to, I think maybe, sort of in a cluster. I'm going to use the pink ones, I think. So I'm going to just grab one and put it here. And then we'll use one up here. Do I want to mix the colors? No. I'm not a mixing colors and embellishment kind of girl. I'll kind of cluster those together like that. Cute. So there you have it. And actually what would be really cute, and I don't think I have any, is to take the little rhinestones that we have and put those in the center of the flowers to kind of match. But that's what we got. So there you have it. My first card with this suite. Very different than what most people make with this one. Let me show you the swaps I got. Oh, good. I'm glad you're not driving, Michelle. This one is from my friend Susie. She made this card using the pattern paper and the dies. Different ribbon, but everything else is from the suite. So the same suite as I'm using here. Super cute. Super fun. The embellishments are really cute, right, Michelle? All right, this one looks like it's a fun fold. This is from Kim Dent. So when you go on the incentive trip, you have the option to participate in swaps, and so I always do because they're some of my best swaps. Oh, this is a fun fold. So it kind of flips open this way and then has the sending love inside, which is cute. It's actually double layered here, so it's sturdy. See, you can see the two pieces kind of taped together. That's also to hide your panel here. So see how it's got that little panel? It's tucked in between those circles so that when you open it, you don't see it on the back, which is really cool. So that one's really fun. And look at, they used the little flower embellishments for the centers of the flowers, which is really cute. I could have done that on this one too. That would be fun. I would do it now, but that would be excessive. I'm like, there's not a lot of these, but I want to save them, so. Use your things, right? All right, so there we have 3 cute little cards with this collection. Like I said, it's called the Violet Dream Suite. It's part of the May online exclusives. It's available now. Free shipping starts tomorrow for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if you see anything you like, you're welcome to grab them tomorrow. I will also show you, this is actually the May product of the month. I haven't received my June one, but the June product of the month is this adorable stamp set. It's already on its way to me. And I'm super excited about it, but I think I might have to give it away because somebody missed it. And I only can do this for one person. So they had ordered the correct quantity. You need to order at least $75 in product in order to get the product of the month. And then you have to add it to your cart. It's not automatic. So you have to select which product of the month you want. Like I said, this is the May one, which I believe is still available, but the new June one is adorable. Just make sure you don't miss adding it to your cart because I can't fix it after the fact. And so now, because this customer, who's a really good customer of mine, missed it when he was adding it to the cart, I am giving him mine because I want him to be happy and I think that he deserves it. But now I don't have it, so I can't play with it. But it's so cute. It's like a little snail and some fun stuff. So make sure you grab that if you order. Don't miss your product of the month because I can't get any more for you. So it's good to know. All right. So this is the May one. It's the vellum. It's a fun vellum. So you can see you get 3 sheets of each of 4 designs. So the first design was this flower one. Then you've got this one. Then you've got this one, which I think would be great for fussy cutting. Isn't that pretty? And then this is the other one. So I think this is still available too. So you could pick this one. So if you spend $75, you get to pick a product of the month for just $5. So you could do this one, which is the May one, or you could do the really cute little stamp set that is for June. And I don't know if the April product of the month is still available. That was a detail die. That was really cool too. So yeah, if you have any questions or it's not working the way you expect it to, just let me know. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great week. It's great to be back with you guys. I hope you guys get some crafting in this week, and I will see you all next week, hopefully on Tuesday, like I'm supposed to, because hopefully I'll have my days sorted out by then. All right, my friends, have a great day. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.